Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to ChasePacks. In today's video, we're continuing on with our little mini series we're doing, covering all the sets that are going to rotate out April 10th of this year, aka the first block of the SV era. We've done the base set already. We've done Paldea Evolved already. We're going to get into the info at the beginning. We'll get into sealed product, top performing cards, the outro, the ending of the video will give you my opinion on the set, where I think about it, where I think it'll go in the future. I'll ask you guys some questions at the end as well. But first, we'll start with the information. August 11th, 2023 was when this set released. Again, third set of the Scarlet and Violet era. It had 230 cards. I do have some notes because all these numbers are hard to remember. 21 double rares, 12 ultra rares, 11 IRs, 6 SIRs, 3 hyper rares. So it is, I mean, really, it's a small set. I mean, yes, we've had smaller sets and we've had smaller sets as of late, but this is a small set. You know, I'll save my opinions for the end about what I think about small sets, but for now, we'll jump into the sealed product. We're going to start with the booster box. Okay. Market price, $345, up 74% on the year chart, which I didn't realize I was on the year chart. Let's go to the 3-month chart. Up about 16% on the 3-month chart. Let's see. Beginning of December, they were selling for a little less than 300, stayed down in that range, and then it looks like right at the beginning of February, it started to climb into the 300s all the way up until, let's see, looks like the last like 4 or 5 days, 3 of them sold. But we'll look at the actual sale prices here. Last sold $347, $349, $350. One down here for $260. I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's damaged or what there. Listings right around there. So nothing out of the ordinary with the booster box there. I'll tell you what, I'll give you my opinion up front on the booster box. Outside of the Charizard for this set, there is nothing that makes me, I mean, really, besides age, right? It's an old set, older set. Besides age and the Charizard, this booster box doesn't have anything to offer, in my opinion. I'm almost at a loss for words sometimes when I see like Surging Sparks for under 300, and then I see Obsidian Flames for 345. Again, I know that this set is older than Surging Sparks. I get that. But this box, man, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just a hater. You guys let me know. How do you feel about Obsidian Flames booster boxes being over $300? Or being just, you know, well, again, 347, 349, essentially selling for 350. Outside of age and one Charizard SIR, that's not the best Charizard by far in the set or in the era. I don't know. This is not a price I would pay for this booster box, just personally. All right, the booster box case. I brought this up just because, I don't know, it's interesting. It's interesting to see because some of you guys who watch are investors. Some of you guys who watch are just pure collectors. I like to consider myself a little bit of both, mainly just a collector though. I'm not the guy who's running around buying a booster case of every set. But the last sold here is essentially $1,900, or 1 cent right there. But the funny thing is about this booster case is you get a discount. If you buy the case, you're getting these boxes with $1,900. You're getting these boxes for like less than $320 a box, and they're selling for $350. So essentially, you're getting a sealed case and you're getting a discount on the boxes inside. Now, I know a lot of people who invest in Pokemon aren't going out of their way to necessarily invest in Obsidian Flames like they would Prismatic 151, Destined Rivals, you know, Ascended Heroes, whatever. I get that it's not like a powerhouse guarantee set that like people are putting a lot of money into, but I mean, hey, if you're somebody who wants to spread out your investments, or you like collecting, because here's the thing: if I would buy a case, I would buy it just to display. I think it's cool. It wouldn't necessarily be something that I'm like I'm investing in Obsidian Flames, and you got enough money, and say you want to open 2 of them with your kids later on, buy the case. Why not? You're getting a discount on the boxes. All right, Obsidian Flames, ETB. This is the regular ETB. Market price 174. Let's see what they're actually selling for. 193 is the last sale. 165, 176, 170, and 169. These first three sales were two apiece as well. Let's see what the chart looks like down. Oh, no, it's up 7% on the 3-month chart. So I'm going to go to the year on this actually. Well, that's not surprising. Up 73% on the year. It looks like the low on this chart was $81 in April of last year. 61 of them sold. A bunch of them are selling in April, May, June. Starting to trickle off here in June. And then it goes up. The sales are pretty heavy on the way up, to be honest. And then, yeah, they're starting to dwindle off this year. Not near as many selling this year as compared to the middle end of last year. But yeah, I mean, these ETBs, you call me a hater. I don't know if I'm a hater. The Obsidian Flames prices, in my opinion, are just too much. They're too much. And I know it's a Charizard set, and I get all that. I know it's old. I'll stop after this. This is my last rant and ramble about the prices of Obsidian Flames. I feel like they're too high for what the set is. Now, granted, I'll take it. That's mainly considering the booster box. The ETB I somewhat understand, and I'll tell you why. It's not obvious, or it's obvious to a lot of you. It's because of this promo. This Charmander promo is phenomenal looking. It's got the little Pidgeys in it. Charmander's pissed looking out the window. Black Star promo up 37% on the 3-month chart. Last sold's $38, $44, $44, $43, $36. This is an amazing card. This is an amazing card, and you can get it in the ETB. So I understand why the ETB is a little bit more expensive. Am I willing to spend $190 to $180 on this ETB? I don't think so. I think I can spend my $190 better somewhere else. But this is the big reason that ETB is the price that it is. Okay, now the Pokemon Center ETB, I will say this looks good. I should say that too. The ETBs, the artwork's phenomenal. It's simple with Pokemon. Decent color scheme, throw a Gen 1 starter or whatever popular Pokemon you can imagine, throw it on ETB, don't get too crazy with it, and people are really gonna like it. PC ETB, $545 market price. Let's see what they're selling for. $597, $574, $570, $570, $560. So they're selling for significantly above market price. On the 3-month chart, it's down 11%. Let's go to the year chart on this. It is an older set. Let's check it out. Okay, so this time last year, it was $340. It stayed, let's see, it stayed under $340 until July of last year. It shot up to $353, and then it really shoots up here at the beginning of August. It went from $362 to $668 at the beginning of September. 10 of them sold at that price. More of them sold here, staying up in the high 600s. And we have a relatively significant drop here. Let's go back to the 3-month chart. Let's see. 3 of them have sold the last 2 days at $543, or in that range. So, yeah, I mean, well, none of these are at that price, but you see what I'm saying. Yeah, it's nuts, man. And here's again, after this is the same card, Pokemon Center stamp on this one. I mean, some people could give a shit, to be honest, about the Pokemon Center stamp. I do think it's cool. I think these niche, I don't know if you want to call that niche, but these like stamped cards, like sometimes I could really care less. Like you get some of these promo cards and it just has like, Surging Spark stamped on a double rare. I don't really care about that. But this Pokemon Center stamp on these Black Star promos, yeah, I think it's cool. I do think it's cool. These last solds on this is 160, 170, 168, 167, and 160. Down a lot on the 3-month chart. Let's see. A couple of them sold at the end of December last year for 172. They're selling on the way down from the 60s to the 50s. Not a whole lot. I mean, 1 or 2 or 3 here and there. And yeah, 3 sold within like the last 4 days. So, but it's a great card, and it's a lot of the reason these ETBs are selling for as much as they're selling for. The booster bundle up about 9% on the 3-month chart. Last solds on these 77, 81, 81, 81, 95. So last video we did Paldea Evolved in this little mini series. And Paldea Evolved booster bundles, if I remember right, they were selling for like closer to 100. These are selling for, again, we just looked at around $81. give me an extra $10, $12, $15, and I will buy Paldea Evolved all day over this Obsidian Flames booster bundle. And I know I'm shitting all over Obsidian Flames, and I'm sorry for you people who are big fans of Obsidian Flames, but I just can't help myself. All right, the sleeve booster packs up about 3% on the 3-month chart. Last solds, we had 6 of them sell at $12.94, 4 of them sell at $13, 2 of them sold at $13, 6 of them sold at $10 for the sleeve booster packs. Okay, the regular booster packs, last solds, $7, 10 sold at $11.98, 2 sold at $9, 2 sold at $7. We had a lot of 5 sell at $8 for the regular packs. Be careful with the packs. Be careful with the individual packs. And here's the thing about these packs. It's like you could buy these from a trusted source. Like you could buy these from, pick your favorite online store, pick your favorite LGS. You're not going to find individual packs at big box, so forget about that. And by the time these get broken down and sold to whoever you're buying them from, right? The person who you buy these from on TCG Player, most likely, not always, you buy these from an online store. You know, you find an online store, you find your LGS, they might break these down out of EX boxes or whatever, straight from distribution, and you're good to go. You trust them, they're not weighing them, blah, 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 blah. But if you're just buying these off a TCG Player, even if it's like a trusted store, you don't know where they sourced them. They might trust who they're sourcing them from, but it's like these can get passed down through so many hands that, yeah, unless you're doing a rip and ship and you just need packs and like you have to source them somehow and get them from somebody somehow, I get it. But yeah, I'm not interested in individual packs for that reason alone. Okay, moving on to the cards. The cards in the set, the main set. All right, Charizard SIR, $83 market price. Let's see what they're actually selling for. $93.88. What's going on here? $80 with a picture there. $82.83. All right, this is a great looking card. If you pulled this card in person looks a lot better than this picture represents. It's up about 12% on the 3-month chart. It is worth mentioning, but it's a cheap card. There's only 6 SIRs in this set. And back when Obsidian Flames, SV-based Paldea Evolved Obsidian Flames, the pull rates were generous. They were a lot generous before we got the Temporal Forces, where they got significantly harder. So this card is under $100, and it is the main chase card of the set, and it is an SIR. So if you're looking to pick up this card, I can't imagine it really getting much cheaper than it is right now. So this is probably a good time to pick it up. It is a great looking card. Don't get me wrong. But now that we've been through all of Scarlet and Violet, now that we're into Mega Evolution, this is by far not the best Charizard we've seen as of late. This is a really awesome looking hyper rare in my opinion though. This Charizard EX hyper rare is really cool. I like the colors on the Charizard. The gold looks great. The background, the texturing behind them looks really cool. $37 market price, last sold $25, $37, $45, $37, $37. All right, moving on. Ninetales, arguably, well, it is the most expensive illustration rare in the set. This is a gorgeous card. This came up. Let's look at the 6-month chart. Yeah, so back in September of last year, 95 of them sold at $31 between the 15th and the 21st. It took a pretty, that was like when it was hyped up. I don't remember why. Like it just got in the zeitgeist. It just got into YouTube that like this card was gorgeous and we kind of all forgot about it. So people flocked to it, started buying the hell out of it. But it really took a drop there from, what was it, 31 down to like $19. That was the end of last year. But it's on the way back up. Last solds, 27, 28, 29, 40. I hope that was a good copy. 29. So it is on the way back up. Again, this set is old. This set is rotating out very soon. For me, like the prices you have to pay to get Obsidian Flames sealed product, if I have to pay those prices, I'm just not going to open it because what's in the set isn't really worth it to me to open it. And that might be how a lot of people feel. So again, that alone you can make an argument that these singles prices, although they'll fluctuate like all things do in Pokemon, especially cards, you could argue that this isn't going to be a terrible time to pick up some of these cards, especially this Ninetales. It is probably the most desired illustration rare of the set. All right, the Cleffa, very clean card. Cleffa does nothing for me as a Pokemon, but this artwork it's great, to be honest. Market price $20, up about 9% on the 3-month chart. Last sold 23, 18, 21, 21, $19 on the Cleffa. All right, the Charizard Ultra Rare, cool. I like the Ultra Rares from this set. I think the Ultra Rares look great. We'll get to the Tyranitar later, which is my favorite one. This looks really good. Market price $18, up 44% on the 3-month chart. December of last year, they were selling at $13. We stayed under 20 until... Oh, geez, I thought it was gonna hit a little sooner. I was thinking this thing already hit 20. Oh, it's not. Okay, my bad. I knew the market price was $18. I thought these were selling for more, though. $18, $18, $17, $18, $18 on the last solds, though. Okay, let's check out some listings. Yeah, okay, they're all under 20. All right, I don't know what I was thinking. The Gloom illustration rare, awesome. This is probably my favorite illustration rare from the entire set. The colors are amazing. Gen 1 Pokemon, up 36% on the 3-month chart, selling for, at the beginning of December of last year, 65 of them sold at $11 between the 10th and the 12th. Stayed down there, and then we're shooting up here to the mid-teens. Last solds, let's see, that's Chinese, $12, $14. Yeah, those are the only 2 English ones listed on there. But this is a gorgeous card. Gorgeous card, and for that price, I'll take this. I'll take that illustration rare. All right, the Pidgeot Special Illustration Rare, $15 market price, up about 14% on the 3-month chart. Last solds 15, 15, 13, 14, 15. For a Gen 1 Pokemon, for a Special Illustration Rare, for a set that is this old, $15 for a Special Illustration Rare from early Scarlet and Violet. Why not? Why not? 15 bucks, sure. The Scizor, this is a really cool IR. Market price, $12, up 38% on the 3-month chart. Last solds, $8, $9, $8, $9, $10, and $9 there. Cool Pokemon, though. It's very nostalgic to see Scizor for me. The Pidgey, this is a really cool illustration rare. The colors are like crazy looking. It's kind of like goofy, which makes it cool, though, honestly. Market price $11.63, up 43% on the 3-month chart. $12, $10, $12, $12, $11 on the last solds for that one. Okay, the Pidgeotto illustration rare, market price $5.36. Says it's up 10% on the 3-month chart. Last sold $6, $6, $6, $7, $7. I mean, guys, a Gen 1 Pokemon illustration rare for under $6. Again, it's just like, why not? Just throw it in the cart. The Lechonk. This Lechonk, this reminds me of, and it might be the same artist because I'm not sure. This reminds me of Stellar Crown, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur, like the artworks, especially the Bulbasaur. I'm wondering if this is the same artist. Does that remind you guys of those cards? It really looks like it to me. Okay, up 6% on the 3-month chart. Market price $6.90. Last sold $6, $6, $7, $7, $5.62 on that one. All right, the Charizard double rare, selling for $6.60. Well, market price $6.60, up 24% on the 3-month chart. Last solds $6, $6, $5, $6, $8 for the Charizard double rare there. All right, the Reveroom. This is a special illustration rare from the set. It is a atrocious Pokemon. It's atrocious. The colors look cool, and it's an illustration rare, so obviously it's going to be textured. It's going to look, it's going to pop when you hold it in your hands. But this $4 for this special illustration rare. They're selling $4, $5, $4, $4. This one sold yesterday for $2.85 for a near mint copy of this special illustration rare. I mean, the artworks, the Pokemon's just, is it even a Pokemon? Guys, if you let me know that in the comments. Do you know anybody who likes Reveroom? Good Lord, that's terrible. All right, the Larvitar. I really like this artwork. $5 market price, up 11% on the 3-month chart. Last sold $6, $5, $4, $3.75, $3.87 for the Larvitar. My son pulled this when was that? It was a while ago. We were opening Obsidian Flames. I got an EX box. This is probably like 8 or 9 months ago. I got an EX box. I think I had like 2 Obsidian Flames in there. And Tyranitar is one of his favorite Pokemon. So he thought this was cool. And this is a cool artwork. I do too. I like this a lot. Now, speaking of Tyranitar, the Ultra Rare, this card looks phenomenal. I know these aren't hard to pull out of the pull rates aren't crazy on these Ultra Rares, but this is a gorgeous card. This thing looks great. And for $4.59 market price, $3 sold, 5, 5, 5, and 5 on the last solds for the Tyranitar Ultra Rare there. The Belly Bolt illustration rare. Belly Bolt, been seeing a lot of Belly Bolt lately. I don't know if it's just me. I just feel like I've been seeing Belly Bolt and Iono constantly. This is a nice looking card though. Market price $3. You see we're getting into the end of the card list for Obsidian Flames, because once you get out of the Charizards and the Ninetales and all that, the prices just drop off a cliff. Last sold $4, $5, $3, $2.75, $3.50. But here's the thing about sets like Obsidian Flames. It's nice to have sets like this that have good looking arts on IRs and good looking arts on special illustration rares. And for whatever reason, they're not as desired, but they're affordable. So if you're just looking to collect, if you have kids, or you just want to pick up some cards from an older set that you're not going to see more of in the future, then here you go. Here's some cards. You don't have to spend, $80 on a Tyranitar card. You can get a nice looking Ultra Rare for, $5, $4. All right, the Palafin, crazy colors on this thing. Crazy colors on this. It's an illustration rare, down 12% on the 3-month chart. What were these selling for? $3. Dropped down to the 250, stayed right there. Let's look at the 1 year chart for the Palafin. Yeah, $5 was the high in March of last year. 100 of them sold. Went way down to 2, barely got into 3 there for a little bit. I mean, it is what it is. Last sold's $2, $2, $2, $3, $3 for the Palafin. Okay, last 2 cards are special illustration rare trainers. We have the Gita. Again, it is a special illustration rare. The market price is $3 on this thing. Last sold's 4, 2, 2, 2, 2 for the Gita. All right, now the last special illustration rare is Poppy, and the market price is $2.92, down 1% on the 3-month chart. Last sold's $2, $1.95, $2.92, $3 even, $4.99, and those were all sold today actually. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. That was a set breakdown for Obsidian Flames. Again, we're doing a little mini series here. We are covering all of the sets that are rotating out this April. We did SV Base, we did Paldea Evolve. This is going to be Obsidian Flames. Expect the next video a couple days here, hopefully. So what's the next? We got SV Base, we got Paldea Evolve, we have Obsidian Flames. What was it? 151 next, I'm pretty sure. That'll be interesting. Actually, really good timing as well, because if you haven't been on YouTube and you haven't seen, every YouTuber and their mom is covering 151, because the sealed prices are insane. The singles are going to the moon. I mean, the Blastoise went up. I feel like the Blastoise went up $60 in like a week and a half, which is insane. But again, that'll be the next video. Actually, really good timing for the 151 video. But to wrap this video up, I'll just give you my thoughts on Obsidian Flames. I kind of gave them to you as we went through the video. And, it was kind of negative, and it was kind of like I was being a hater on it. But the fact is, Pokemon have these sets. They have these sets that are small. They have like one desirable card. And, we have Phantasmal Flames. We have Obsidian Flames. We've had cards, sets in the past that are small sets. They feature a banger Charizard card, and that is it. I don't like small sets. I like Charizard, but I just prefer a set like Paldea Evolved, like Surging Sparks, that has some depth to it, has some different Pokemon in it, more interesting to open. But I'd like to hear your guys' opinion. How do you feel about Obsidian Flames? Are you willing to pay these prices for these sealed products on Obsidian Flames? Would you rather have a Surging Sparks booster box for what's Surging Sparks, like $270? I would. But let me know down in the comments, how do you guys feel about it? If you enjoyed, like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.